Alrighty. Happy Monday, everyone. My name is Salvatore Swain, Psychoactive Academy. This is some live trading that we're gonna do on US30. We got 7 minutes before New York opens. We're gonna go to a higher time frame and just see what's happening. As you can see, I don't really like to clog my charts with indicators or anything like that. I have a simple moving average. This is what I usually do, even on my phone. I mostly trade from my phone. I don't trade from the desktop, but it is good. And I've been getting back into the habit of trading from, just being able to see the bigger picture, because sometimes, you leave out a lot of the finer details. And not to say that all of these details matter all the way back, but, it is good to get that bird's eye view. You know what I'm saying? Where you could see trend lines like this, different kinds of patterns, fractals, levels of support and resistance. My strategy is pretty simple, I look to get in. I look to get in at 9:30, or when an opportunity presents itself at 9:30. So overall bias is an uptrend. As you could see, though, it looks like the buyers are losing steam as we hit, maybe a new level of resistance here. I could throw a candle on there or a horizontal line there. That was the previous high. Since then, as we go to the lower time frames, you see that we have some other kinds of patterns forming. We have that counter trend here, a bearish counter trend, where we have this trend line that's been hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I'm assuming that it's going to be hit again, and that's why, and that's a couple hundred pips, few hundred pips, from where price is currently at. So although it may necessarily not look like a buy, I think that ultimately the market broke structure here, retested, and it could go back down and create a lower low here. But it is in this range here, which is kind of hard to tell, so we'll see. We'll see what it looks like as we get closer to the opening. All my signals are dropped in the Telegram. We're going to go to a lower time frame so that way we can see more of the details. Okay. Okay, so we have this level of support here. We have a level of support here. I'll put it here. We have that level of support. See. We still have that hard downtrend, but overall, the overall bias is an uptrend, so we do have a strong break of structure here on this 1 hour time frame. And it hit a very hard level of resistance there. So actually, let me throw a line there as well. So this is all. So yeah, I like to keep it very simple, because the truth is that the psychology of the markets reflect themselves. They call it fractals. And, you could track certain psychological patterns based off of simply just trend lines and support and resistance. And I like to keep it simple like that. But also, I like to, being that US30 is a volatile pair, it's not a bad idea to, do not a quick analysis, but do an overall biased analysis and then go down to the lower time frames, so that way you can catch a 50 pip, 80 pip move, and with good risk to reward, then that's okay. You know what I mean? for me, I was trading indices first. I was trading futures. I was trading the S&P 500 first in 2017, 2018. And I loved it, to be honest, because it was quick. I was in and out of the market. It wasn't like I was scalping. I was able to hold positions, you know what I mean? But I honestly like the idea of and the ritual of being in and out of the market in one day. You know what I mean? It used to not be like that because it took me years to develop the psychological muscle to be able to uh, not be obsessive and constantly look at my phone, constantly, checking the charts. And not to say that I don't do that today, but it's a little bit more harmonious where I'm more detached and I trade only a specific pairs just because it allows me to do my job and then step away. So I'm not putting myself in a position where I potentially over trade or anything like that. So market opens in 1 minute. Honestly, those buys are still looking good, but it's at that level of support that if it bounces, it's gonna bounce all the way back down here. So we'll see. Time frame. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna go buys on US30. All right, we're going long on US30. See our stop loss. We got in at 388. I would like to. So 33798 is 100 pips. I would be okay with that. But I'm really looking for it to break that structure. All right. Adding another position. All right, we are 30 pips in profit. We're going to go ahead and close profits. What the fuck? All right, so we are out of this position. This was a good position. It looks like the market is making a strong retracement. But that was, I got in at the first position at 33889, which let's just call it 90, 33889 or 89. It was technically 34 pips. So 34 pips, you can't complain. – It really is about the journey with this stuff. You know what I mean? Because 50 to $100 a day really, doesn't seem like much, but in reality, that's, you know, what's that, 50K a year, something like that? $200 is um $200 a day is six figures a year. Can't complain. So yeah, I'm I'm satisfied, because 35 pips is 35 pips. You can't complain. With decent leverage and and good risk, I kind of like to keep um my risk open, but at the same time, I'm not opposed to tightening up the risk, especially with a sharp uptrend like this, where you have these tight higher highs. We could see that very, very clearly. So this is more of like a high frequency trade where, you're really only looking to get in and get out. But I do see this move going up here. All right. Well, it looks like US30 is gonna be, traveling further into that upside direction. May get another strong retracement, but we'll see. But until then, thank you for joining.